Why are NBA and NFL refs above criticism? Well, the answer to that question is pretty simple. If you take away the reputation of the refs in either of the leagues, then you also invite in a little bit of questioning of the calls. This is why players in both leagues get fined exorbitant amounts of money, ranging from 25,000 all the way up to, I think the worst one I've seen in a while was Joey Bosa getting fined like 70K after the Chargers losing to the Jaguars. It makes sense why the refs can't really be criticized, because it makes everyone just really think, huh, is this game massaged in any way? And to that, I'd like to believe that games aren't really massaged, but if you watch the NFL, it's kind of hard to deny it. But the NBA, there's, more parity. Everyone actually has a shot of winning on any given night. Once you start to really watch the games and the higher seeded team, which has the narrative and the best storyline, usually has the better chance of getting those crucial calls at the end of the game. Now, last night I posted a video on the Lakers and Celtics game, and I was pretty heated. It was like a 8-minute long just rant. I was talking into the camera for about 12 minutes, but I cut 4 minutes out because there was just a lot of me just going like that in it. It makes a little bit of sense why every single time a player speaks out against the refs and says, oh, they need to be fined. Like Dennis Schroeder last night said that the refs need to start being fined. And someone in the comments on yesterday's video was talking about we need to implement a grading system, which I completely agree. And he was talking about every quarter of the season we check their grades, and if they have bad grades, then they get dropped or they get put in the G League. They get banned to the Shadow Realm. But I think a good system would be if they all get alerted of this new grading system, and then they all get a grade from 0 to 100, and 100 is like perfectly ref game. They're like maybe miss one call, and it's like nothing really crucial. But if it's crucial, obviously those fouls are a little bit more weighted, and at the end of the fourth quarter it works just like a test. 100's an A, 89's a B, 79's a C, and 69 is a D, and 59's an F. And at the end of the season, if you didn't pass, you get dropped, which I feel like makes some pretty good sense in my opinion. The refs can't really be criticized, and it's pretty apparent when they start doling out 25 grand fines. Like just 2 weeks ago, Steve Kerr got fined 25 grand for saying that the calls weren't very fair against the Warriors. And me personally, I'm no Warrior enjoyer. However, I do care about the integrity of the game, and I feel like there were better calls happening when the refs were actually gambling on the games, which it's kind of funny because some of these calls you see, it happens every night. You think like Tim Donahue is, I think that was the ref's name, who was controlled by the mob, but you'd think that he's reffing a majority of the games nowadays. And it's really crazy because the guy who was the head ref in last night's game, I forget his name, but you've been seeing this stat circulate around Instagram and Twitter that since 2020, in all the Celtics games he's reffed, the Celtics are 36-2. Is that cause for concern? I don't know. The Celtics have been a good team since 2018, so maybe that's just them getting better and better, and teams can't really beat them. They are the first seed, I'm pretty sure, in the East, so maybe they're just a good team. But also, that kind of leaves a little bit of room for speculation. But I mean, I'm sure other refs have that same record with different teams, but I don't really think so. If the refs don't start getting fined or at least graded, then they don't deserve to actually be on the court with the NBA players. I know it doesn't really matter right now in the regular season. It's going to start mattering a whole lot more when the playoffs start, rolling around. And when the playoffs, or even the playoff push, starts rolling around. Because those play-in games, if it's ref poorly, then, eighth seed goes in just because they're slightly more fun to watch instead of a gritty 10th seed that just plays good defensive ball. I'm not really speaking about any specific team here, but I'm just saying I feel like the refs might be being told that they have to kind of call in this specific way so that the series, a 7-game series, can get slightly more viewership, even though I feel like quality basketball is what gets higher viewership. And I know you guys might be saying, oh, well, the Lakers get all the calls because they're the biggest market. I don't really think the Lakers get all the calls, and it's pretty apparent because, like I said in yesterday's video, we're going to be getting a little statement from the NBA this morning on Sunday. I think it's the 31st, maybe 30th of January. And last night we actually got the statement 10 minutes after the game that they missed the call on LeBron. And this is the 4th time in 2 weeks they've missed a call on the Lakers at the end of the game. So just putting that out there, I'm not salty about it, but we'd be above 500 right now, I'm 100% sure every single fan of any team feels this way. And it's either on one end of the extreme where they call nothing, or it's on the other where they call just total bullshit. And I realize Patrick Beverley bringing a camera out onto the court to show the ref was kind of foul. I've never seen that. And sure, it deserved a tech, but for just talking to the ref and asking why was that not a foul or why was that a foul, does that deserve technical free throws? In my opinion, no. I think that the refs are a little bit too soft now. They're getting babied. And that is reflecting on the entire league getting babied because everyone has to flop in order to get a call. But then because everyone's flopping, everyone thinks it's the only way to get a call. So then it goes the inverse way where if a ref sees a flop and it is a foul, they decide not to call it because they're like, oh, well, he obviously just flopped, even if they do get fouled. I hope that made some sense. It's weird to say that they're above criticism, but the league keeps on proving it because anytime any player, doesn't matter if it's LeBron or Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, then they're still going to get fined. And sure, you could say, oh, well, all these guys are millionaires. They can handle it. Yeah, well, that's not really the point. Like, sure, they make a lot of money, but that doesn't mean they should be fined for just speaking their mind. And if it's an actual, epidemic in the league, which it is, then I don't really believe they should be fined. That's just me, though. But, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Smack that like button and hit subscribe. Let me know what you would do to improve the reffing in the league today. So yeah, that's really it. I'm Luke, and see you later.